Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and today we are going to cover an absolute load of subjects in this video. So the first thing we're going to go into detail on is our friend the troll from last week. Now you remember I made a video and I was like, hey look, this Symmetra troll has been banned. Now the reason why that person had been banned is because he is a high GM top 500 player who, well, likes to pull these bronze to GM stunts or silver to GM or whatever the hell just to get viewers onto his stream. Now, he's not a very good troll, and this is the problem with the guy. He tries to do things, but does them in such a poor way that he's easily found out and easily banned off the game. And guess what? He's been banned again. Now, this is actually quite funny to me because the video I made showing this guy getting banned and explaining why it happened and why it should happen, actually there was a bit of a negative reaction from people. I don't think they really understood what was trying to be communicated to them in the video. However, this guy's back at it again, and he's been banned again. So it's quite clear what's going on. However, what makes this interesting this time is we have official responses off Blizzard. So if you don't believe what I'm saying, believe what Blizzard are saying. So we've got this. So the guy sends a tweet to play Overwatch and says, ban me for playing with my friends. Now, a little bit of clarification here. When he says playing with his friends, what he actually means there is selecting people from his stream chat who are very low skill rated players, grouping with them for placements, so therefore losing all the placement games. You can see the thumbnail there for his placements is 10 defeats. And I'll show you that in a little bit more detail as we go on in the explanation of this guy's, quite frankly, pathetic drama. It's so funny. Anyway, Blizzard respond back to him and they say, manipulating your SR MMR, whether intentionally losing or otherwise, is against our end user license agreement, the spirit of Overwatch and sportsmanship in general. So then he responds with, gotcha, I can't play with my friends. That is a very poor, childish response of this guy to try and like one-up Blizzard. Obviously, that's not going to work. And then it gets even better. When you go to this guy's Twitter profile page, the very last tweet of this guy is 24-hour stream, silver to GM. It's like, right, great, Symmetra only. It's so bad. So this was the first time the guy was banned, as we know. I showed you this the other week. You can see at the bottom, look, started at 1337, win-loss ratio, 115, loss 0. It's like, oh yeah, it'll be good, it'll be funny. But then he does it again. And if you can see it again, look, started at 1656, 127, lost 0. Oh no, guys, I've been banned. Why have I been banned? Well, you've been banned because you were gaming the system. And then we get this response here from, this is direct from Blizzard. This is from also Robots, who is one of the community managers for Overwatch. And this is what he says. Hello, I'd love to have a conversation about this, but given that the ban applies to you, we'd appreciate keeping the discussion offline. The difference here is that you intentionally grouped with low-ranked friends on a fresh account. After having a prior history of infractions, you wanted to continue playing with those friends after you had placed. That would have been fine. The issue in question is that you immediately started a bronze to GM stream on this new account right after placement and solo queued exclusively after that. We view this as intentional manipulation of your MMR. Had you continued to play with those same friends, that would have been more than acceptable. We feel that this behavior goes against the core tenets of Overwatch in general, in regards to sportsmanship, as well as providing a fair gameplay experience for everyone involved. In the future, we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have had in regards to what is appropriate and what isn't. Our intention isn't to keep you from streaming or playing, but to make sure you're doing so in a way that reflects the rules and spirits of the game. You can reach me here on Discord, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, it pretty much is exactly what I said before. People like this guy, who are high-level players, have a stream. Now, their stream's draw is the fact that they play Symmetra all of the time, and it's a top 500 Symmetra, which is fine, yeah? We know as Overwatch players, people that do stuff like that, that one-trick those kind of heroes, yeah, generally do it to goad reactions out of other people, right? We know this, right? Yes, there are people that do enjoy playing those heroes, and that's fine. But this guy obviously knows he's good at the game, so he's like, whatever, I'm just going to do this. And it's kind of like, it's a hard personality for me to describe, but it's also like, it's like this attention-seeking sort of personality. It's quite annoying, to be honest, but there you go. And what he is doing is obviously losing stream viewers as a result of just having the Symmetra only stuff. So then decides to do these bronze to GM challenges with various heroes or with Symmetra, or well, generally with Symmetra, I believe, and stuff like that. But his way of doing that is to buy new accounts, group with his stream viewers who are much lower rated than him. So he's not effectively throwing games, but what he is doing is gaming the system to put him much lower, at which point, once he's placed, yeah, in silver and in bronze, he then starts playing as a top 500 player in those games. This guy wrecks the game for hundreds of players. He should not be playing the game, and Blizzard understand this, and Blizzard have sorted him out yet again. I have no doubt this guy will keep coming back, and if he wants to keep throwing money at it, that's fine. But these players are really bad, because any player who is of a high skill level, like intentionally or artificially reducing their SR just to play against lower rated players, is like the worst thing you can do in this game. It is the worst thing you can do, because it's just not fair. It's just breaking the game. So I'm glad that action has been taken against this guy again. Now on to something very serious, ladies and gentlemen. There is apparently a serious rare bug that instantly season bans innocent players. Now, this is a post by Chromega on the official Blizzard forums. Now, actually, I don't think this is as rare as his title actually makes out, because we've actually got quite a few examples of this happening to people. So this is what he says. Please hear me out. This isn't about normal disconnection rules or penalties. This is a serious, if rare, bug that customer support is unable to deal with. My fiance hit a bug that lost her 600 SR and got an instant full season ban in a single match, along with others in the match as well, with no prior disconnects. Now you're probably thinking, what, Sty? What in there? What have you just read off to me there? Well, let me go into a bit more detail here with some examples of people who have been banned. Now, this player, so we're looking at Red and Black, he says banned even though I never disconnected. Red and Black says banned even though I never disconnected. I was told by Blizzard community support or customer support, I think that's the Twitter handle, to post here, so here I am. Yesterday I was playing competitive as usual. Then it placed me in a game with 9 players. Usually when someone quits before the game starts, sadly a thing in the lower bronze tier I'm at, don't worry about what rank you're at, it's fine, at 1300 SR, it will say something like a match quitting due to player leaving. Your SR is not affected. This time it did something different. More similar to skirmish, it said waiting for players and let everyone run around the map with no objectives. After a short period of time, it said not enough players and kicked me out of the game. Makes sense. It then puts me in another game with 9 players within the same weird setup. Again, a 10th player was never assigned. It kicked me out and the cycle continued 2 or 3 more times. I asked in chat if others were seeing this. They said the same thing. They were not getting assigned to games that even started. Frustrated, I closed my computer and took a walk outside. Smiley face. I have been working really hard to get out of bronze and only have so much time for Overwatch, so losing a chunk of my Sunday really hurts. Anyway, when I came back, I opened the game up and it says I've got minus 500 SR and that I'm suspended and banned. Okay, so that's actually a pretty horrific story to read, but there's more, ladies and gentlemen. Season 6 ban bug. Hello, I want to report a bug from Dave5Gun. So I played ranked today with my friend and somehow we connected into a bugged lobby where skirmish is on and you can't leave. So after we don't find the last player, the skirmish lobby closed and we were back to the main menu after a few seconds. We were forced into the lobby again. After the third reconnect to the lobby, me and my friend decided to close the game. After like 5 to 10 minutes, we started Overwatch again and we connected instantly to that lobby. After starting the game, the lobby was full at this moment and the game started. Then one guy disconnected and the lobby closed. I got a Season 6 ban and lost 400 SR. Now, if this isn't nightmare fuel, I don't know what is, ladies and gentlemen. But wait, there's more. Stuck in an endless loop and banned. Spicy happy. When I was playing this afternoon in competitive, we were put in a waiting for additional players state, which has never happened before. I didn't leave, but other players left. Eventually, the game said not enough players and booted me back to waiting for game. Then a new game started with the same group of players. I restarted the game, but it was stuck in the same cycle, so eventually I left. Then I took a break and opened Overwatch to check. I dropped from 2,300 to 1,666 SR and was banned. So this is obviously a huge problem with the way Overwatch is creating games. Now, I wouldn't say this is the thing like, oh my god, don't play competitive. It is not happening in every game, and it is rare in the sense of, yes, it's only happening to a handful of players. Yes, we've got millions and millions of players in this game, but this is a real and present problem with the matchmaker. We need some sort of response off Blizzard to say they're sorting this out, because this is, I mean, if I went into a game now, imagine this, if I went into a game and I lost 400 SR and it banned me from the season, I'd be like, what? Now, it's okay for me, because I could just get onto Blizzard and go, guys, what the hell, and show them all the evidence, like, because I record all of my games anyway. I'd be like, guys, but that's not an option for most people, and it's worrying that the actual community support was saying, just go and post on the forums, or actually, we can't really do anything about this, so that's very weird. Like, these players who have been affected by this, and it would be very easy to see this, because they would have a drastic SR drop in a matter of, like, minutes, which is literally impossible. Like, even if you had the worst game in your life, you're not going to lose 400 SR or 500 or 600 SR in one game. That is madness. They'd be able to identify these people easily and correct their SR. So they've got to do that, because this is this is quite bad, ladies and gentlemen, quite bad indeed. Okay, and finally, guys, to finish off this video, we have the new Overwatch comic. We've got the date of this, we've got the name of it, and we've got the first 2 pages, which I can show you in this video. So what we've got is this Zarya comic called Searching. Now, this starts straight at the end of the infiltration cinematic. In fact, the very first page takes place inside Katya Volskaya's office, with Zarya standing there, and they are having a discussion. I'm not going to read off all of this stuff. You guys can see it on the screen, and I've put a link in the description below to a GameSpot article with high resolution pictures of this, but you can see what's going on. And actually, what's interesting about this is when we look at the front cover, you can see it's Zarya with an Omnic. Now, this, I believe, is an Omnic hacker of some description. He's like obviously there to try and find Sombra or take on Sombra, or, you know, Zarya is going to use him to track down Sombra. Zarya doesn't like Omnics. I mean, Zarya hates Omnics. The Russians suffered massive losses in a monumental ground conflict with, well, they basically had a full-on military conflict with the Omnics. It wasn't like in other areas of the world where it was like insurgent activity. In Russia, it was a full-on war. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, I think the Russian Omnium is still functional, isn't it? Or something, and they've just been like sort of cordoned off and like penned in by the Russian forces or something like that. So Russians hate the Omnics, and with reason, because the Omnics have caused massive devastation to their land. And obviously Zarya, she does not like the Omnics for loads of different reasons. I mean, they killed a family. I think it was it her uncle that got killed? Yeah, but Zarya doesn't like Omnics, does she, ladies and gentlemen? No. So this should be a really interesting comic, and this is coming out on Wednesday. So if you're watching this video on the day it went live, it is coming out tomorrow, which is going to be awesome, which probably means we're going to get more bits of information going forward as to maybe what the next new event is and all of that good stuff. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this has been one of these videos which takes a lot of topics, bashes them together, and produces, hopefully, a very interesting video for you guys to watch. Alright guys, let me know if you enjoyed the video in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. You can also join my Discord, which is discord.gg/UnitLost, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.